Hello and welcome to Trading Within the Box here, June 27th. This is not a recommendation to buy, hold, sell any stocks or options or any bonds, forex, or futures. This is a educational video only. If you'd like to purchase stocks, please contact a licensed professional or the brokerage house of your choice. Okay, so let's get to it here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming. Please like and subscribe and share my channel. And I just want to go over some stuff here with you on the S&P 500. First of all, okay, so now we're approaching the end of the month here. Okay, so we want to look at the weeklies, and we want to also see the lay of the land. We want to see exactly where we are. Okay, we went into a major supply area. Okay, so look at the supply area right here. Okay, right there. And we slam right into it. We're pulling back. Okay, we're pulling back with lighter volume, so we're going to make another run at it. Let's see what happens there. Want to go over to the daily chart on the S&P 500. And we're also going to look at the banks, and we're going to look at the SMH, which is the semiconductors, and that's half of the market, the banks and the semiconductors. So we want to see what kind of strength we have going into the next run up, the next leg up. So we are hitting a support level right here. And as I always say, there's not a lot of movement right now because we do go sideways 60 to 65% in the markets. Okay, so let's see what kind of building, what's going on here. We want to see a retest W, and we're not getting it yet. Okay, so that's what we're not getting that yet. So let's go over to the XLF of the banks. We want to see what the banks are doing, because we're trying to decipher what's happening right now on June 27th here, what's happening before the 4th of July weekend, which is usually what happens right before a weekend. We usually get a rally. Okay, we usually get a rally, and then we get the low volume. Everybody's gone for the weekend. So let's see what's happening here. Okay, on the daily chart, again, let's go to a line chart because I want to see if we get a retest W. Because the retest W is the confirmation that it's holding. See how it comes down here and it holds, and then boom. So it comes down here, holds at support, and then we go up. That's what we want to see. We'll come back, hold right there, and then we start heading up. And then we go to 34.32, okay? Right now, it's 32.89, okay? So let's see what's going to happen with the XLF. Right now, let's go over to a 2-hour chart because we want to see if there's any kind of buying coming in, if there's any volume coming in. We're at 11:30 in the morning here, so we don't have, everybody's out to lunch, and we don't have the volume like we do in the morning and at 3:30 in the afternoon, okay? So let's see what's going to happen here if we're going to come off this spot right here. SMH, which is the semiconductor ETF. Let's go over to the daily chart, and on the daily chart, we're the same situation. Everything's pulling back and holding at a higher low here. See how we are right here, holding at a higher low. Then let's go over to a line chart and see, and we don't have the retest W yet. Okay, we got the V formation at this point. Okay, this is all pattern recognition, okay? Let's go now, the small caps. What moves first before a market moves? Usually the small caps. And what happened with the IWM yesterday? We bounced off of support with a V-shaped recovery on a daily chart. So we need that little pullback on the IWM, and then we could start heading up for this little rally again. So see how we got the W's down here, a W down there, and a W here. You see? So, and they're all what? Higher lows. Everything here is a higher low. And then we're off to the races. Right now we have no confirmation. So we're in limbo right here. Okay, a lot of people have a hedge on right here, short and long, just so they don't lose any money here. So then once it gets moving, boom, we'll slam it on. That's usually the way we watch it. I want to go over to Microsoft because the whole world is in Microsoft. And now if you look at Microsoft here, you'll also see the same situation that the S&P 500 is in, okay? We're getting close to the end of the week here, and we're getting close to the end of the month here. All right, and I told you what was going to happen. You're going to slam right into the supply area, right here, right there. Okay, you slammed right into the supply. Everybody up here, right in this area on Microsoft, is short. Okay, so in order to get past this area, we get the breakout. Okay, and we start turning up. We start getting some more volume. We got to get more volume to kick in, and then push this up. Once we start getting the confirmation, boom, it's going to explode. Or do what happens on Microsoft. What could happen here is we get this, we get the reconfirmation, and it fails here. Could go sideways for a little while, and then boom, we break down. Okay, and that's what happened over here. Okay, and then over here, we had look at this, we had lower highs here, all along here. And then we broke. Then we had 1, we had 2 peaks, we had 3 peaks, and then down at the 4 peak, we based out, and then we started heading back up, and then boom, the engulfing. That we were off to the races. Look at the volume there. So that's what happened with Microsoft. Okay, if you look at, let's go to a 1-hour chart on Microsoft. Okay, and you'll see a little bit of short covering coming in here. Okay, we don't have any confirmation of any buying really here, because when you look over in this area and you have this little sideways consolidation here, boom, we get the breakout and start getting the volume coming in. And look at the volume coming in there. And that's what happens usually when you get that confirmation. So let's look at let's go over to the gold market here as we move along here, and on the GLD, which is the ETF for gold. Now, we knew we were pulling back here. Okay, we knew we were getting a discount on gold here. Okay, so this is something that we knew, and it's not a surprise. Okay, so we started break stepping here. Okay, when we had the little step pattern, see, step pattern, and then we broke. We had this little bounce, and then we came and we had a sideways consolidation. We were waiting for something to either break here or break down. Okay, and what happened? It broke down. Now we're in another stepping pattern here. Okay, we have money coming out of gold. Okay, how do we know? We keep looking at the small time frames and look at the volume. Okay, now look at the volume with the buyers and the sellers here. Okay, look at the skyscraper volume. Okay, so you had a little short covering come in here. Okay, but as we're coming down, you got less buyers. You see them right here, right here, right here, right there, and right there. So you do have less buyers as you're coming down. So this is what we've been waiting for. We wanted to pull back on gold because we want to buy at the highs. Okay, so that was something that we've been waiting for a long time. Now we're at a major support level on the GLD. So now we look at the volume and let's see if we're getting any retesting here. Okay, so we are getting a little retesting, but we got the right side of the W a little lower at this point. Okay, so what are we doing here? Now we have a sideways consolidation here again. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for either up or down. Now if we break down, we're going to head down to this level here at this 174.63. Okay, so that's something that we need to watch on the GLD. And let's look at the 40. I like to look at the volume on the 45-minute chart because you can really tell you if there are any buyers in there, and there are no buyers in here right now as of now. Okay, no buyers. Okay, we have a little bit of some kind of accumulation there, but nothing as of now. Okay, so we have this sideways consolidation on gold, and let's look at a monthly chart on gold. Okay, because remember, we're at the 27th of June here, and we're coming back to a support level on the monthly chart. Now, this is where all the big boys start to look at their entry to get back in on support levels on the monthly chart. Okay, and then we come back and then we start making the next run. Okay, and that's what's going to happen on gold. You have an overbought stochastic on gold on the monthly chart, and you have an oversold sold stochastic on the weekly chart. Okay, so it could always pull it up, and then we start going up on the monthly chart, let's say. Okay, so that could always happen here. So right now we're at a little bit of a support level on a weekly chart here. And let's see, we are getting break steps on the weekly chart here. So, and we have no buying volume, okay, on gold. Okay. Let's also look at some of the stocks that we've been looking at. Taiwan Semiconductor and Taiwan Semiconductor coming back and getting the discount. Okay. So you were up here in this 109.90, and now we're at 101.22 right now. Okay, so we're at support here. Okay, on Taiwan Semiconductor. Let's go to a line chart on Taiwan Semiconductor. Now look at, as we were heading up. Remember to retest W's. Okay, retest W's. Okay. Right now, we don't have that, okay? We're down in here. So we want to see if we go, this is the support area. Let's say we hit it. We want to get this, and then we start heading up. And we'll know. As you watch and you continuously zoning in on that 1 or 2 or 3 stocks, I don't really recommend more than a few because it's too hard to watch and keep track of. And right here, we have, I think, a little bit more to go here, okay? So let's look at a monthly chart because we're getting to the end of the month. And, of course, it's not, we have a spindle at this point here, but we were in resistance, a major resistance area. So we're going to, let's see if we hold and then make another run here, okay? Well, the volume is nice on the monthly chart. Look at the volume. The buying volume is nice. It's strong. You look at this monster W formation on a weekly chart. So we could continue to go up here. So that's something that we're going to continue to watch. Now look at on the weekly chart on Taiwan Semiconductor, because a lot of people were asking me about this before. What's happening where we're drifting back? How do we know we're drifting back? Look at the volume, okay? The last few weeks, okay? Let's just pull this back so I can see the volume, okay? And look at the volume when we came into this area. Okay, this monster candlestick with 113.289 million shares. Okay, you're coming back last week with 36 million, and right now you got almost 21 million. So you're coming back into support right there, right in that spot, with much lighter volume going into this monster buying here. So we're going to hold and we're going to make another run here on Taiwan Semiconductor. So just watch it closely, okay? Another one we're looking at is Caterpillar. We were going over that one. And now here's another deal on Caterpillar, okay? So coming up with this monster block of volume here. Look at this block of volume, the buying area, okay? Now you're coming back, you're drifting back to support. Now you got the moving average right here, okay, and you're drifting back to support levels. Now they bought. Now if you draw your line, or you want to just draw a box, remember trading within the box, right? This is a buy area right here. It's moving into on Caterpillar, so that's something. And we're moving back with lighter volume. Come into the support line, hold, and then boom. Then what? Then person said to me, said, okay, now what? Now what do I do? Let's look for the retest W. Okay, we're not getting it yet. So we got to have patience and wait. Okay, we get this type of thing and then this. Okay, that's what we're looking for right now. Okay, on Caterpillar. Okay, you look at Caterpillar on a 2-hour chart, and what do you see? Okay, you see a little bit of short covering coming in at the support level. They'll retest the area again, and then boom, we start getting the engulfing. We get that kind of thing, and then boom, we get the candlestick that looks like that, and then boom, we get some nice volume, and we're off to the races. Look how it's moving back with lighter volume there, okay? And then look at when it came in, when the money came in, where the volume was at, okay? So it's something that you want to continue to watch on Caterpillar, okay? Home Depot, it's another one. Okay, now Home Depot is not a surprise to us, okay? This is something that we were watching, remember? Remember my video of great setups? This was on it. Home Depot was on it, okay? So you could go back to my videos on it and then see where we were at. Remember when we were watching that, okay? And as you look at it, you see the breakout. You see the breakout. So if you watch my video from June 11th, okay, we were going over this and we were talking about going into this bar area. So we had this going on here, okay? Look at this area, okay? So and then we had the little sideways consolidation. That's what we were talking about, okay? This is on a daily chart, Home Depot, okay? So if you go back to my June 11th video, okay, on the great setups coming, okay? Look at the breakout here. Now we have an incredible breakout. So I was telling you about that it was going to go into this high volume stick right here, okay? Right there. And I told you it was going to go into this area in this 309 range. Right now we're at 314.34. Okay, so I want you to listen to this little recording that I have from June 11th and listen to what I had said.
Right now, we have the consolidation again on the daily chart. So I want to see the breakout. We got to get up and above here on this. We come back up and we start heading up, okay? We have a little bit of a step pattern here, okay? And then we come up, and then we could be in the 309.17 range, okay, before we know it. But that's something we're going to be going into this gap right here. So this is the gap, which is right here in this spot, okay? So we're going to be going into that gap area, and that is big gap down. But what happens a lot of times is right here, as you look at that high volume stick, which is right there, and they're in it right now. If you put your eyes to the right, we're in it right now, and it's a magnet. Again, always goes to the magnet, candlesticks, and volume stick.
So that was my video on that, and I had gotten a phone call at the same exact time. I was explaining to you that we were going into this gap right here on Home Depot, which is right there. Okay, so I was right, and we looked at the breakout. We knew we were getting higher lows on the lower time frame. Just go back to my June 11th video, and you'll see it. Okay, and there it is. So we had the sideways consolidation. Now there's a beautiful thing right here. This is incredible teaching spot right here. Okay, remember this. We have a supply line up here in this 315 to 318 range. Okay, so we're not there yet, but we're going to be going into that range. So you had all this, and then we're going to slam right into that range. Now you look at the volume on the Home Depot. I wanted to go over this with you because this was an incredible breakout. This was an incredible opportunity because trading, now watch my system, trading within the box, right? And then the breakout. These are what we look for. This is this is exactly what I look for all the time. We're trading within the box and we're waiting for up or down. As I always say, you get the long ones and then boom, you shoot right up, you measure them, they go right up to that area where you measured with you could actually even take a ruler and measure this area. Take a ruler, measure it, and that's how far you're going up. Not exactly always, nothing's always exact, but a lot of times, most of the time. Now you look at the volume here on a 2-hour chart. Look at the increasing volume. How we had that increasing volume. Now this was a building of accumulating of stock by the big dogs, okay? Now, these guys are not retail traders, okay? These are the big guys, the institutional money, the banks, the Goldman Sachs of the world, the BlackRocks of the world, and here they are. Boom, they're accumulating without even you knowing it right here. They're accumulating. They're accumulating stock. Then they take their profit a little bit. They come back, accumulating stock. They're accumulating stock. They're not selling really over here because you could see it. They're not really selling it. And then look at the before it even breaks out, you'll see the increase in volume. That's right here. Look at my arrow. Okay? And you see it right there. Okay? And then boom, can't hide it no more. Now, we didn't know yet here, okay? We knew something was building, some kind of an accumulation here, okay? But then we knew it right there, okay? And then as it went up. So that was something that we wanted to go over with Home Depot with everybody here, okay? I just want to look at the dollar, the U.S. dollar, really quick. The UUP, that's the symbol, the ETF for the U.S. dollar. Okay, and obviously this is a low volume stock. That's why you have all these little gap ups and everything here. And remember my video with the basing. Okay, we had and I told you we might be going sideways for a little while with the dollar when we had gone up to here. So now remember this. Look at this area here. This is the last area it bounced off of, and right there again. Okay, and now remember where they sold off. Okay, if you draw your line. Sold off right there, and that's your trading within the box right there with the dollar. Okay, so that's where the dollar's at right now. And one last thing before we go, the 20-year bond, the TLT. Okay, let's go over that really quick. And this is another one that's kind of in limbo here. And get you trading within the box. Everything's a box in life, right? So that's why we call it trading within the box. Okay. Everything, you just draw your box on the chart that you can see where your trading range is. So the trading range on the TLT is here, and then that getting out here, okay? Unless we get the breakout, okay? And that's something that somebody was asking about. The VIX, really, the fear meter in the stock market, the VIX, we're very low again here. Let's go to weekly chart, okay? We're very, very low. So we got complacency now in the market. We have no fear. When you see fear, you'll see this right there, and that's when you buy. Okay. Now we got no fear in this market right now, so that's a dangerous situation. Okay, and it's something that we got to keep watching. You get some fear, we'll get up here. We'll get a sell off, and then boom, get back in at those support levels. Okay. So that's something that always watch the VIX, because the VIX is the fear meter in the stock market, and you could even use it on a lower time frame to see if you're getting any spikes. Intraday. Okay, right now nothing. Okay, very, very complacent market here. Okay. With that said, I want to thank everybody for coming. Please like and subscribe, share my channel if you like the content. Thank you for coming to Trading Within the Box. Have a wonderful day. Also, have a safe 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to this beautiful, great country that we live in. Have a great day.